All right now.
Patrick Mahomes is basically God playing quarterback.
Live!
They want it. They want it.
Yeah, when it's grim, be the Grim Reaper. You go get it.
That's a different tier right there, baby.
Yeah, we're not having a snowball fight.
He'll get handled when he gets handled.
We're going to try to tickle your tonsils on every play.
Touchdown! Kansas City! One of the greatest duos in the history of the National Football League. Patrick Mahomes to Travis Kelce. Do it live!
Let's go!
Sorry. You gotta fight for your right to party!
Let's tickle some tonsils!
Howdy, Chiefs Kingdom. It's Wednesday. It's 8 o'clock. It's Chiefs Kingdom Live. Thank you so much for joining us. If you would, real quick, before you forget, make sure to click or tap that like and click or tap that subscribe button. Maybe turn on those notifications so we don't miss you when we go live. As always, tell a friend, tell a family member, tell Chiefs fans, help spread the word. We would appreciate that. We got a good show lined up for everybody tonight. Chiefs are officially in the danger zone right now. Loss on Thanksgiving. We're going to talk about upcoming game with, are we playing the Houston Texans or the 85 Bears this weekend, Bo? The way people are talking about the Texans defense, man. Someone said it was going to take a miracle for the Chiefs to beat the Texans. The Texans have a one-game better record than us, so we're going to get into all that. It's at home. Nick's going to be joining us a little tardy to the deal here. So
Hurry up, Nick.
Before we get into it, Bo, how are you tonight, buddy?
I haven't been sleeping too well, man. And it's not because the Chiefs are at 500. It's not because, the earliest Chiefs have ever exited.
You're out of Ambien?
It's not because the Chiefs have ever exited a season later than overtime in the NFC or AFC Championship game. No. I had a great Thanksgiving with my family, right? They came up, and this is why I haven't been sleeping well, right? We're sitting there, families around the TV, we're watching Family Feud, like bloopers and stuff. And one of the questions is, 100 people surveyed, what would ladies do to their man in their sleep if they knew they couldn't get caught, right? And without a blink, without missing a beat, Ashley goes, kill him! Right? And I'm like,
that's the number one answer.
Excuse me, and she's laughing because I guess I'm looking at her the way Steve Harvey's looking at the contestant who answered the same way. Okay, who answered the same thing, and I'm just like, what? Steve Harvey points to the board. It's the second answer on the board out of 100 people, bro.
Right.
So, been sleeping with one eye open since Thanksgiving, but no, doing all right, man. How are you doing?
I think I'll be sleeping more with one eye open. I'm doing good. Had a nice Thanksgiving. Hope all of our friends here in the chat, everybody watching, enjoyed their turkey day. Chiefs, at least the game was over at 6:30. It wasn't the early game against the Lions, so it didn't really put a damper on the entire day. Drove down to visit the family. So, it was tough. We'll just get into it, man. Like we said, we'll just rip the scab off here. Chiefs lose on the road in Dallas. The Big D, 31-28. No shortage of things to talk about in this one. The ratings have come out. It was the most watched NFL game in recorded history. I think they said it had 57 million viewers or some crazy shit like that. Yeah. So, of course, the Chiefs lost, But, Bo, before we get into the details, just how did you feel watching that game on Thanksgiving, man?
God, there's something about this team. It just works until it doesn't, and when it doesn't,
right.
It just looks awful. There was so many flashes of great plays. Rice looked amazing until he didn't. Kelsey looked amazing until he didn't. Our O-line looked amazing until it didn't. Our defense looked amazing until it did. I mean, do we start the game with an interception and then go down and score in 2 plays? Like, come on, let's go. That's how we start a game, right? And then just kind of fizzle. I mean, it wasn't fizzling out. It was a pretty well fought game, but just, I mean, the bar's been set so high by the team themselves that when they're just not performing to that expectation, it's just really frustrating to watch. It's just kind of disappointing, right? My nephew calls me during that game. He's a Cowboys fan. Don't ask me how, but he's like, "Are you mad, Bo?" I said, "I'm not mad. Just disappointed." Gave the
old parent answer.
Yeah, exactly. Just
the dad answer.
That's how I felt though. It was, yeah, just frustrating to watch because I mean, we were kind of talking about this before the game. This team. It's not like they look terrible. It's not like it's not like the Raiders where you're just like, oh, that's an easy win. Everybody's going into this game knowing who they're playing, what's out there, and we just can't be consistent enough through 4 quarters of football to have that A game the entire time, and man, just wild to watch.
Yeah, we've talked about this the last few losses, going back to like the Bills, right, and the Broncos games. My emotions have kind of given away gone from like surprised, right? Just surprised the team's not winning these games, and especially with, like you said, the way they play and the way they look for big portions of the game, right? And whatever, but kind of gave way to anger a little bit on Thanksgiving. I was not happy. There was a few expletives probably yelled at the television on Thanksgiving, but no, man, I joke about being angry, and I did get a little angry towards the end of that game. But, I mean, obviously, like, frustration, disappointment. But to me, it's still just surprise, man, that they can't find a way to make 1 or 2 more plays at the end of the game to win. Because, like you said, you look at it, and we'll just kind of start breaking down the details of it. The offense scores 28 points on the road. Travis Kelce has a nice game, has a touchdown. Rashee Rice has a nice game, has 2 touchdowns. Patrick Mahomes, one of his, that's one of his masterpieces, right? I mean, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. The guy threw 2 of his touchdown passes on 4th and goal.
Right.
He had the crazy play.
Magic too,
right. He had the Mahomes magic play there at the end where he kind of like galloped out of 2 sacks and then hits Xavier Worthy wide open down the middle of the field, 40 yards probably in the air as he's falling down off balance. But, it's just 3rd down. Rashee Rice, man, drops the ball, defense, 3rd and 8, get a chance to get off the field, right? Penalty, man. It's just insane how many of these 1 or 2 play scenarios that if it just goes one way or the other for the Chiefs, they probably win the game. So, I mean,
1 score losses again, right? Just
right.
So defeating, especially when you can point to 1 or 2 just stupid mistakes where you're like, hey, don't do that. It's a whole different story there.
Right. And again, it's from guys, like I said, that are having amazing games and doing great. I saw, not that fantasy football is real life football, but I mean, everyone's talking about, what's his name? Smith and Jigba, the receiver, right, for the Seahawks. Since Rashee Rice returned week 7, they have the exact same amount of fantasy points. Everybody's talking about JSN like he might be one of the best, if not the best, wide receivers in the NFL right now. So, guys, man, just making critical mistakes, man, in key moments.
Yeah, exactly.
It is brutal, but I mean, really, I thought the offense, outside of the stretch there, and we'll talk about why we think that happened, right? I mean, they looked pretty good for most of the game.
Right, and like I feel like you could almost say the same about the defense. Like Dallas has weapons; they're a good team, right? And like held a team under, I don't know, they got 30, but I mean, in today that was just more or less the field goals that they decided to take instead of going for it. And yeah, dude. But like we've talked about this for weeks on this podcast. The rest of the NFL's finally caught up to it. 3rd down doesn't matter what side of the ball it is. Doesn't matter if we're on defense or on offense. For some reason, we're in our own heads on that play. Like we just, I don't know if the pressure's built up too much. They know like, oh man, we got to do something here, but we cannot get a stop on defense. And for some reason, it just didn't seem like we could get a 1st down on offense either. yeah, man. It's the more frustrating thing for me though is just I'm not trying to blame refs. It's just the penalties because a lot of these penalties are just stupid. You got to play better than that, man. Like you know you're under the microscope. A lot of them are kind of bullshit, but again, you just got to play better than that. You got to get the refs out of your head. You got to like make them not be a part of the game. And when you have guys like kind of doing that, it's just yeah. I thought we'd be cleaning it up by now, especially with our backs against the wall, dude. I thought there would be some kind of turnaround or some inkling of like, hey, we're not going to do this anymore. But 10 fouls for 109 yards, 10 penalties for 109 yards or something like that, 19 yards. I can't remember the exact number.
I'm going to say about 5 of those were earned. I'm going to say about 5 of those were actually penalties that the Chiefs probably deserved to get on that. We can talk about the referees more here towards the end, but I mean, it's encouraging on the offensive side of the ball. Like when you see him move the ball, and you see Rashee Rice have a game like he's like, not just this last game, the Colts game, right? Made big plays,
right? But
and is finding the end zone.
A stupid foul bring you out of the red zone or out of a field goal try, right? Like that's the kind of shit I'm just like, come on, guys, we got to clean this shit up.
Yeah, and they've been talking about needing to clean it up for how many weeks now, and really, it's kind of like the light's kind of been shown on this team and the penalty issue that they've had the last several years. Everybody's saying the Chiefs were helping, or the refs were helping the Chiefs win, right? And it was rigged for the Chiefs the last several years. And then people come out with the data that says actually they've had the most touchdowns negated by penalty the last 7 years. And they've had the most first downs negated by penalty the last 7 years. And they're the 4th most penalized team the last 7 years. So they've just been able to overcome them and make up for them and the past. And they just have not this year. I mean, what like Rashee Rice, man, guy had a good game by all accounts, but it's the drop on 3rd down, man. That's the killer, right? It doesn't, how many plays you make before that, you got to make that last play, don't you?
Yeah, completely, dude. And everybody else too. Like you kind of mentioned that play to Xavier Worthy where Mahomes, gallops out of 2 sacks and finds him wide open on like the 25, 30-yard line. I kind of feel like most receivers in the league,
he runs.
That play ends on the 5, not
or in the end zone.
Exactly, dude. Like he's supposed to be the fastest guy in the NFL. He sure ran to the sideline as fast as he fucking could on that play. Yeah, that's so just dejected. But like to get you back to Rice, man, like so solid until he isn't, right? And that's I feel like the difference between this year's team and last year's team is just they made those 1 or 2 plays, right? Whether it's a little wide out, and CEH kind of made some of them last year that we're not even making this year. Just first down conversions on offense or huge 3rd down stops that just give our offense another try. We're just not making those plays this year, it seems like.
Yeah, no, definitely not. I mean, the offense played well enough to win that game, I think. Do you disagree with that? Do you agree with that?
Yeah, no, I do, dude. If we had another chance there at the end, if the defense would have made a play there, I mean, they almost did make the play. They stripped the ball out of Homeboy's hands right there as they were trying to make a charge. Didn't quite get the recovery. Held him to a field goal at least, but I mean, not enough to really. Or no, actually, excuse me, I'm thinking the wrong series. They held the ball there at the end. Yeah, not enough to give our offense another opportunity.
But I mean, I feel like the offense scored enough points and played well enough to win the game. Like if the defense could get off the field on 3rd down, I don't know, not just like 5 or 6 or just a couple times, you know what I mean? Get off the field on 2 3rd and longs.
Though, right? For having supposed to have the most, like one of the most prolific offenses in the NFL. We have arguably the best quarterback, one of the best tight ends, top 5 receiver in Rice.
28 points on the road.
Punts?
28 points on the road should win you the game. I don't know. I mean, be interested to see what the chat has to say. Do you think the offense played well enough to win the game? I don't know. We talked about Patrick Mahomes, an all-timer game from him. He didn't have like the crazy 400 yards or whatever, but solid when you add in his rushing. He had a solid 300 yards almost and 4 touchdowns, no turnovers. That has to be enough to win. I'm sorry, man. Like, if you're the defense, you got to make that hold up. And they
Yeah.
just,
I mean, not trying to give a pass to the defense by any means. You know what I
yeah.
was surprised though? I was surprised that like didn't seem like our run game seemed to be the problem. Like it seemed to be like it was somewhat
No,
productive
they're
until
moving the
third
ball.
down, right? Third down would seem to be where we couldn't
Yeah.
do it, even Kareem Hunt. But that didn't seem to be like our weak link though. Like it really seemed to be pass protection for me. And then for me, the drops, just like
Yeah.
you can't have that this late in the season, man. There's
Yeah.
no excuse for that for me. Like you're making
Right.
way too much money. You guys work way too hard and practice way too long to be doing
Right.
to have simple drops like that.
Yeah. I mean, definitely the pass protection towards the end of the game when guys started getting injured and you started getting backups and third and fourth string tackles in there, which we'll talk about what the offensive line's looking like against the Texans here coming up on Sunday. But I mean, the defense, man, like how frustrating is it just sit there and watch them get into like as many third downs, especially third and longs as they get into? It's like whatever you're doing on first and second down, just do that again, man. Like
Right.
insanely frustrating to watch the defense just completely be unable to get off the field on third down.
Dude, a lot of it I feel like comes to like that. We've talked about this for weeks too. The inability for our front guys to get up there and disrupt plays, man. When Dak Prescott or Bo Nix or anybody has 10, 12 seconds back there, they can make any
Right.
plays. You know what I mean? Coverage can only hold for so long in this league before some guy's going to get open. Receivers are just too good. And even the most mild quarterbacks are too accurate right now. All the rules favor the offense too, so you got that kind of going against you. So it's just backs again. I don't know, man. It's wild. Sorry, so sorry.
No, you're good. You're like freezing up here a little bit. Yeah, man. I just it on third down, and when you're doing the pressures, right, they have got to depend on blitzing way too much to get pressure, which strains the guys there in the secondary. Which I mean, we saw the secondary. George Pickens having a phenomenal year. CeeDee Lamb, one of the more talented wide receivers. You could probably argue that's the best wide receiver duo in the NFL. Maybe you could say like Jamar Chase, T. Higgins is close with those. You might be able to argue with them, but that puts a lot of strain to have to cover those guys one-on-one, man, out there. And especially when the blitz doesn't get there. I mean, what is it do you think on third down that they're struggling with the most and why they are just unable, man, to get off the field, especially on these third and longs, man? Third and 10 is just almost like an automatic.
I mean, it kind of hate to sound like a record on repeat here, but
Right.
dude, it's the pass rush, like the inability
Yeah.
to disrupt a play, make a quarterback think about like his third look, maybe not his second. Like it just feels like we give quarterbacks all day first look, second,
Yeah.
third look, fourth. No, I'm gonna go back to first. Oh, somebody's coming here. Let me just jog out of the way and hit the guy wide open. It looks like child's play out there, dude.
Right.
And like I'm not trying. I mean, Chris Jones is doing all he can. I mean, he has games where he looks unstoppable. Then he has games where he's just unmentionable too, where you're just like, where are you, dude? And then nobody else stepping up
Yeah.
either. So to me, it's that front line, dude. Somebody's got to step up and do something. We can't send 5 all the time. Like defenses have figured that out. We got to somehow be able to disrupt a play with 4 and use that 5th guy as a surprise blitz, which is like that's like our bread and butter, right? That's what Spags is known for. Is you don't know where that 5th guy's going to ever come from. Really, it'll show you one thing, and he comes from the other side. That we're just predictable right now, and it's really showing.
Yeah. I would have just rather liked to have seen him just bring more than 5. Just rush like 7 guys. if that's what it takes to get to the quarterback, because you can't let Dak have all day, and you can't expect Jalen Watson and Trent McDuffie, who are good corners in this league, man. You can't just expect them to be able to go out there and cover guys for 4 or 5 or 6 seconds. So, I mean, bring the house, man. And if he beats you and burns you, then you just tip your cap to them. But to continue in key situations, man, to only try to get there with 4 or just a 5th guy, man, seems like a 6th guy. You know what I mean?
Well, it seemed like they were
blitz 2 or 3 or 4 of these
Dak
guys. I don't.
Sorry,
They were a little bit. No, they were definitely spying him some.
In fear that like he was gonna pull Lamar or like I don't know like who was really burned as Jamar or Jalen this year, but like I didn't think Dak was like I don't think he has that ability anymore. But It just seemed like they were timid in trying to like really go at him, and all the blitzes seemed just delayed enough where they were ready for it. It was just Mile High 3039. Nice. I bet you he's loving this.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Welcome.
Welcome. Make sure you click like and subscribe. Tell your friends to watch. Broncos riding high right now. Looking like they're going to take the division, although they're still in a battle with the Chargers. That division is not wrapped up by any stretch of the imagination. And the games, they don't really matter till January. So we'll see what they can do there. There's our man, Big Chris. Chris Daly, good to see you.
Chris,
Appreciate
got a good
you.
question we'll get to after we hear your take on the defense real quick. What are your thoughts there on
it's just, look, man, like they're a good offense. But we've seen this defense hold good offenses down, and I should have looked up the numbers before we did the show. But I'm gonna go out I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that the Chiefs, you could count on the one hand the number of times the last 2 or 3 seasons they've given up 30 or more points. Man, it's like it's either Chris Jones winning immediately or nothing, and. You get double teamed and you draw extra attention away. George Karlaftis, to me, man, is disappointing this year, big time. He got the extension, the contract, the payday, and has followed it up with, I don't know, he's sitting at 4 sacks right now. Maybe he can get that number up. The Houston Texans got a bad offensive line. I want to say he had 3 or 4 sacks in a playoff game against them last year. So, yeah, man, to me, the key here on the defense is you're going to have to get extra creative. And Spags knows how to do that with the blitz to create pressure because you can't just sit there and rush 4 or even just like rushing a 5th guy and not get there and give them all day, man. So really, if you look at
Karlaftis, I gotta kind of defend the guy a little bit. While I do agree with you, like he needs to get home more. Like, come on, man, we paid you. You need to, like, I don't know, go talk to Max Crosby or something, learn like what he's doing, but like go get on his workout regimen. But you need to get home more. However,
tackles for the Cowboys are not good.
On their 2-point conversion, I don't know if you saw, he's reaching for Dak while getting bear hugged from behind by their O-line, getting his jersey ripped off. Like, tell me how that's not holding me.
Chiefs get all the calls though, Bo.
He was there. Yeah, Chiefs get all the calls.
Yeah.
What am I talking about?
Yeah, I need him to do it.
Our boy, Furious George there for a minute.
Yeah, listen, I'm not
so good, but
I'm not trying to say the guy sucks, but I've been expecting more out of him this year. Charles Minihue has been a big disappointment. He looked damn good when he first got to the Chiefs, right? And then he had that injury. He missed.
Yeah, that Achilles injury.
Or was it the knee? Was it? I want to say his was a knee injury that he suffered. And then when he came back, he showed flashes last year, but then this year, it's just not been there, man. So I don't know. Obviously, it's too late in the season to make a trade. I doubt there's any top tier level NFL pass rushers sitting on the couch, a la Kareem Hunt last year, right? You can just go out and bring in. So that's going to be the.
I appreciate that, man.
Hey, man, appreciate you and just having good fun there, man. Broncos been killing it this year. They're like the Chiefs last year, right? Winning all these one-score games and finding a way at the end to pull it out. So,
like nine straight games right now, or 10 games, or something
right?
Like that?
Right. We're gonna be
wild.
Right, playing them on Christmas night here coming up in a few weeks. So, man, I would love to get a crack at them in the playoffs. That would be a fun game. That would be a fun. You don't see the divisional matchup too often in the postseason, so that would be definitely a cool game to get to. So I don't know, Bo. Just other thoughts about this Cowboys game? Anything that kind of stands out to you that we kind of haven't hit yet or talked about?
Yeah, what's your concern level with like some of the injuries we suffered? Because we've seen the way the Chiefs play when their line is depleted. Let alone both tackles, right? And now Trey Smith, a guard, like he said he's on. Yeah. I don't know if he did not practice. Let me go check the injury report before I comment too much on that. But regardless, right? Our O-line is pretty depleted. We'll see if it gets back together this week.
Yeah.
But how confident are you in the protection package we're going to bring out this week?
Listen, it's definitely a concern. You've seen what can happen when other teams are able to get to Patrick and pressure him on a consistent, I'm not going to say fairly consistent, on a consistent basis. Saw it happen in the Super Bowl last year. We saw it happen in the Super Bowl a few years ago. There's been a couple of games where in the regular season, teams have been able to get to him, right? And so, I mean, that's probably outside of the Chiefs, just like you said, penalties and drops and dumb stuff. I mean, that injury situation is getting concerning. Doesn't sound like, I mean, I know the left tackle, right? Simmons has been put on IR, had surgery on his fractured wrist. So it's looking like he wouldn't even be able to come back until the final regular season of the game of the year against the Raiders.
It'd be doubtful even if we made the playoffs.
Right. So I'm just saying, if you put him on IR, best case scenario is he misses 4 games and he comes back for the last game against the Raiders there, which it's looking like might be a big game, might be like a win and you're in kind of situation if the Chiefs can take care of business in these other 4 games leading up to that one. So, yeah, level of concern is high. But man, like, here's the deal: like, you're just gonna have to like adapt, right, and adjust and overcome. You're gonna have to figure out a way to not let some injuries on your offensive line just completely derail you and be the reason, nail in the coffin, so to speak, coming up here. I think they can overcome it, but
I'm glad you're confident in it, man. I'm a little dejected when it comes to this line, dude. We've seen Kanye Morris and Jalen Moore coming in to fill in.
Jalen Moore's a weird. He played good, right, when Simmons went on his hiatus, whatever you want to call it, mid-season. Yeah. Moore came in and played pretty damn good for the first, first 2 games, I want to say he played good against, and then he did not look too good. I don't really know what you think about Moore. I mean, how nervous are you about him? You think he can recapture that form he had the first couple games?
Yeah, so like he's not my concern right now. It's more or less if Trey Smith can go. He's such an integral part to that interior that, like, we've always just kind of been concerned more or less on the exterior of our line. But now with Trey Smith, like, kind of hurting. You're wondering who's gonna be put in his place. Is it be Caliendo? Yeah. Who's gonna go in there? It's just one of those position groups where, like, we've seen it when it goes down. It just it gets messy quick. I don't know if he's necessarily the duct tape that can hold it all together. So, like, my concern level is up there, man. I have such crazy PTSD from the Super Bowls
right.
before our linemen are out, right? Just like on such a big scale, get embarrassed that way, and it's pretty much due to that position group being out. So,
yeah.
I know it's not the Super Bowl, but man, our season feels like it's on the line this game, and like not having 3 of our 5 guys on the line, it's concerning, man.
They were able to win games last year, though, with issues on the line. I mean, Kingsley, right? They had him out there, and then he wasn't working out, so then they tried Morris, and that didn't really work out, and they moved Joe Tooney out there. They've dealt with some injuries to guys, too, and we're able to win games last year. Short stretches of time, I think, is the key there, man. And if you can get, like, a Trey Smith back, right, and if you can – I don't think they've ruled out Juwan Taylor for the game coming up against Houston. So, again, man.
So not like a great sign. I know it's only –
he's a veteran, right. Yeah, if he can't practice Thursday, or definitely if he can't practice Friday, then the worry level definitely ramps up with him. But he's a veteran guy, man. He's a veteran dude. So I don't know how important getting those reps during the week is for him. Andy kind of has that rule, like, if you don't practice, you don't play kind of thing. But this is an extreme situation, man.
I'm sure at this point in the season, right, everybody's getting kind of banged up, right? You know, you go to your coach like, hey, I just need a day or two. They'll give you that day or two. I think they understand what just happened. They saw it on tape and everything. And with him, they know they need him. So, yeah, rest up, man. Hope to see you next weekend. Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, if you could find a way to get him healthy, man. Trey Smith dealing with the ankle. There's a high and a low ankle sprain. You know, it's worst of both worlds going on there. And he had the back issue going on earlier in the year. Yeah, it's definitely not ideal. And I'm not saying my concern level is zero, but they've had the little, they call it what, the little mini bye week, right? With the game being on Thursday, maybe a few extra days can be enough to get one of those guys back in there. Gives you a little bit of extra time to kind of game plan and come up with some ideas and find ways around it. Listen, man, if Wanye Morris is going to be your left tackle, I think you just got to figure out a way to run the ball and away from him and get Pat rolling out, right? I don't think standing in the pocket for extended periods of time.
It's going to be our game plan.
And no matter how much it drives people crazy that Patrick leaves the pocket or leaves a clean pocket or leaves the pocket too early, I don't think that's going to be a bad plan to take there. So
I don't think it is either, man. And like I was just kind of thinking about it. Maybe having a depleted line will just, light that fire under Mahomes even more, and we just watch him play these 5 games on his back, and we just watch what he does normally.
How much more can the guy do, though? I mean, it feels like he's putting the team on his back a lot, man. I've talked about the 2 touchdown passes
to himself.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Call his own number.
Back left-handed.
Yeah.
Okay, what else can he do?
I mean, we talked about the 2 touchdown passes on 4th and goal in the Cowboys game on Thanksgiving. Yeah. He also had the scramble on, 3rd and 14, scramble for 15 or 16 yards to keep a scoring drive alive there. Man, asking that guy to do more to me that's asking a lot, because I feel like the guy is, despite what a lot of people you'll read online saying, I think the guy's playing unbelievable this year, man. If the Chiefs had found a way to catch a couple of these passes on 3rd down or avoid getting a penalty or 2 here or there that killed drives or kept the opponent's drives alive, and the Chiefs had a better record, if instead of sitting there being at 6-6 through 12 games, if they were sitting at 8-4 or 9-3 and in the hunt and the race for the division here still, I think you see Patrick Mahomes up there as a MVP candidate, up there with Drake May and Matthew Stafford. So, but
not too much of a homer either. But yeah, you just look at the numbers from last year. Everything's up, right? His
everything's
yards
up
per throw, points
right
per game, yards per game,
right, EPA, all that stuff, man.
Everything's up. So you statistically he's having a good year. It's just man, when it comes down to fundamentals, we just don't have. Just imagine having a running back that could break a 20-yard run off now and then. What that would do for this offense right now.
Right.
Excuses, though.
Elijah Mitchell, where are you? I think that's just pretty obvious at this point. The Chiefs just really aren't going to use him or play him that much. I don't know. We've talked about the Brashard Smith deal, right?
He must have parked in Andy Reid's fucking parking spot day one or something, dude. I don't know why they don't give that guy at least a chance. Elevating guys from the practice squad over him, giving them a chance is wild to me.
Yeah, no, it's a tough scene, but ugly one definitely on Thanksgiving to lose, especially we talked about the way the game started, man. You could not have asked for a better start, right? And some of these games the Chiefs have lost this year, it was slow starts they weren't able to overcome. That was not the case in that game. Really, it was the defense could not get a stop or 2 more than they did. And I know you mentioned the 4 punts, but I mean, on one of those drives they got into field goal range, and then I'll call it a bullshit holding penalty on Simmons. Moved him out of field goal range. It wasn't holding, man. It was not a penalty. And then another drive, they converted on 3rd down. Same deal. Got a 1st down. I'll say it again. Another bullshit penalty offensive pass interference on Xavier Worthy, where he literally just runs like 3 yards forward, and the defender runs into him, and they call offensive pass interference. Killed a fucking drive, man. I just don't know how many of those things you're expected to overcome, right? I mean, people want to say, "Oh, it's 4 punts in a row." Yeah, well, 2 of them they got first downs, and that's the first down taken away on a bullshit call, man. It's probably a good thing Nick's not on the show right now yet, because it really drives him crazy when I bring up bad officiating.
But as much as you think of the offense as just being like the quarterback and receivers, it's also those linemen, dude. And if you're not lining up right, they're like,
well, that's a whole other subject. Yeah, I'm not.
Tasks you have.
Right.
If you're jumping early, if you're holding guys, right, like, you gotta play better, and you're affecting you're affecting everybody at that point, right? And
I feel like you can bring up like shit. Yeah, I feel like you can bring up the bad calls is a factor in the game without necessarily blaming the loss on the refs or bad calls. I mean, it's obviously always more than one thing that goes into the game. You know, dropping passes on 3rd down when you're at the end of the 4th quarter there. Obviously a big problem too. So, but man, like I just, like so many people are blasting the offense and saying, "Oh, they had punted 4 straight drives." Well, fuck, they got first downs on 2 of those drives and got them taken away. And in past seasons, Patrick Mahomes has just been able to overcome those penalties. That's really like the big difference between the last couple of years and this year, right? I mean, we've seen the Mahomes magic, and Travis Kelce, a younger Travis Kelce, is able to make a big catch and get a first down after you've got a first down taken away. So,
and I do agree that our offense it's playing okay, but like again, I feel like we're supposed to be way better than
they're on pace to have more yards.
Number 1 offense. Then, like if you look at the Colts, who were the number 1 offense, they're scoring over 30 points a game, right? And we haven't done that now in 4 or 5 games. Can't remember when last game.
Last time they scored 30, would that have been
like 28, 22?
Would that have been
against the
Lions game? Commanders, they scored 28.
28, yeah.
Maybe someone can look that up in the chat. Or you can look it up real quick. But
like,
I mean, compared to last year,
with your offense, like there was plenty of 3rd and longs on defense that got called by a stupid pass interference where like they showed.
There's that too, right?
And our guys running, getting pushed off the ball, and they're like,
right.
"Oh, that's a penalty on you too."
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. So, the defender's grabbing onto the receiver's arm as he's pushing off on him, and they call defensive pass interference. I mean.
But like I'm not sitting there saying, "Oh, offense is better than defense is better than offense in this game." Like everybody just needs to play a lot better. Like, right, get rid of this ticky-tacky shit. Get rid of the bullshit penalties. Don't let the refs even have a chance to call that on you guys. And like, play better.
Right.
Play to where they can't make those calls.
Right. I'm not trying to defend like Juwan Taylor when he gets a illegal formation penalty because he's lined up too far in the backfield. You guys have been getting called for that penalty for way too long to even make it close enough to be an issue. But yeah, man, I mean, you get 2 or 3 drives killed, especially on a questionable or bad call. The other team gets a couple, 2-3 drives extended on questionable bad calls, man. That's a tough task to overcome.
Makes for a rough day, that's for sure.
Makes for a rough day. So with that said, losses in the books, you can't go back and you can't change it. You can't do anything about it now. Chiefs take on the Houston Texans at Arrowhead. Sunday Night Football, prime time, baby. It's going to be cold.
This game's at home. I'm glad this game's at home.
Right. Oh, yeah. No,
Bring
definitely.
Those Texans up to some real cold.
Bo, I know you, before the show, we were kind of talking. The confidence level didn't sound super high for you going into the game. Not that I'm sky high confidence either myself, but I mean, how are you feeling about this game, man? I mean, you completely down and out on them? You think they've still got a fighting chance here?
No, not completely down, not completely out, right? Like, we have Patrick Mahomes. There's no way I'd ever be like, oh, they're still in it? Yeah, no way. I'm counting that guy out. So, like, as long as we have that guy and Andy Reid and the guys we do, I always feel like we have a chance. But, man, looking at this season, it's the trend isn't trending well going into this game, man. I was really hoping Nick was here. I was gonna say that I was gonna take the full heel on this and go full Christmas, like we are doom and gloom, and have you guys try to convince me otherwise. But I kind of expressed my concerns already. My concerns that O-line and our D-line. Can we disrupt plays? can we prevent them from disrupting us? I think if we can just do that, like, it should be an okay day. I loved your joke at the top of the hour. Like, are we playing the Texans or the '86 Bears? Right.
Right.
The
Oh
amount
my
of
God,
attention
dude.
this defense is getting is astounding. I mean, yeah, they have a couple guys. One guy with 10 sacks. Congratulations.
I mean,
Go ahead.
oh yeah. I mean, look, like they're a good defense. I'm not trying to say they're not a good defense, but I mean, they're basically a defense that we beat twice last year.
Yeah, sure. I think we're like 5-0 against them too. Like, I think our track record's pretty decent against Texas.
Yeah, no, Chiefs. Yeah, I mean, last year, I know I was just talking about refs and bad calls affecting the game, but I mean, last year the Texans after the playoff game, they were like saying the reason they lost the game was because of the referees. So, I mean, look, Chiefs are 6-6 and the Texans are 7-5. Man,
World's better.
they're one.
Clearly.
Yeah, clearly. And like I said, that defense, man, like the way people have talked about that defense on the radio and local media and online this last week, man, is like you'd think you were playing the '85 Bears defense. Do they have some good players on defense? Yeah, they do. The Broncos had a good defense, and the Chiefs were able to move the ball on them. Stalled and had issues in the red zone, and had to kick some field goals there early instead of scoring touchdowns. But there's not a defense that the Chiefs have not been able to move the ball on this year. To this point.
We've seen it all at this point. Yeah.
Right. So obviously confidence levels not through the roof, but you're playing at home. They're only one game better than you with the record there. CJ Stroud, he's kind of come back to earth. Right? Yeah, his first game back after the concussion.
Gone for 3 weeks.
He's kind of had it's kind of been downhill for him since that amazing rookie season that CJ Stroud has had. There's not a whole lot on their offense that scares you. And so, I mean, defensive battle, I feel pretty good about the game, right? Defense slow down their offense. Like you said, Patrick Mahomes playing at home. So confidence level is not a 10, but it's also not a 3. Like a lot of these people you've seen talking about. The D-line
I guess situation. It depends on which position group you're talking about. Like running back, right. I feel good. Wide receiver, I feel fine. Defense, all right. Defensive line, not like I got a 5 maybe with him.
Right.
But dude, that offensive line, though, it kind of worries me a little bit in this game.
Yeah, the Texans' offensive line isn't anything to write home about, though. I mean, they can be had. Like I said, they've given up a lot of pressures, a lot of sacks, and right. No, I'm talking about their offensive line. They're not. Their offensive line isn't world beaters. So, should the Chiefs' defense be able to pressure C.J. Stroud? Yeah. I mean, should the Texans' defense be able to pressure Mahomes? Yeah, probably. I'll take my chances with Patrick Mahomes and figuring it out and finding a way to make plays and get it done against pressure over C.J. Stroud for sure. So I think there was one, and we're not going to name names here, but there was one somewhat prominent person that covers the Chiefs on Twitter that said it's going to take a miracle for the Chiefs to win this game. I don't think it's going to take a miracle, Bo. Do you?
No, but I think it's going to be a lot closer than what it would be if we weren't so banged up on that offensive line.
Oh, if the offensive line was completely healthy, the Chiefs would be. I mean, they're already favorites in the game. They're already 4.5-point favorite to begin with.
It's a big lump under the rug. We're trying to like sweep over or cover up right now. Yeah. Like that's, dude. When that when that isn't working for us, it is chaos, dude. You're just watching. I'm really afraid that Wanya Morris or somebody or Jalen Moore doesn't work out. We're just gonna watch Patrick Mahomes running for his life. You know what I mean? And then
they're just gonna have to give some help.
The defense. Yeah, so then it's just be hoping the defense can keep us in the game, right? Like I know this game plan. I hate this game plan. I've seen it work. It worked a majority of last year, but it's just not my favorite game plan at all. I mean, it is possible, but by no means a miracle. I think if we weren't as depleted as we were, we'd be heavy favorites in this, right? You fix up a lot of the sloppy shit that we've been doing the past 2 or 3 weeks, we'd be more than heavy favorites in these games.
Right. I mean, they're a 4.5-point favorite when it opened going into this week. Yeah. I think that number's come down to like 3.5.
Sure.
Some people betting some money on the Texans, but that's Chiefs hate. Chiefs people just dislike the Chiefs, and they kind of smell blood
They're
in
also
the water,
terrible
so
at covering
they're
the spread,
vultures.
so it also fucks with the spread a lot. But
yeah, it does. Although I will say in their wins this year, they've covered us every time, right? They've won by multiple
this year's
scores.
a different story, that's for sure.
Every win has been by multiple scores this season. So 4.5 point favorite at home. You think Chiefs haven't had a sack in what has it been, 11 quarters or 10 quarters or something like that since first or second quarter of the Broncos game? You think the Chiefs can take advantage of a somewhat maligned Texans offensive line and get some pressures and get back in the sack column?
God, I hope so, man. Like this defensive line responds well to criticism, and when they don't perform well, they get criticized, and they've been the talk of the town this week, right? So I'm hoping they can use that as fuel to kind of use that as some motivation to get home. Sorry, I got something.
No, you're
here,
good.
But defensive line. What was the question?
No, just talking about the defense line, if they can get sacks or not. If you think they can get some pressure, and that's really been the problem the last two games. The biggest problem for the defense. No sacks since the Broncos game.
Yeah, and the Texans got a little depleted line, so like I'm really hoping so. I mean, I kind of feel like that's almost the key. Like I was saying, kind of alluding to for most weeks now, just to be able to disrupt some plays. It changes the whole mentality of the game. And, being at home, I know we have a great home record, but damn, Arrowhead's is a huge, huge advantage to have on your side. When that stadium is rocking, teams really can't communicate the way they like to. You see it all the time, teams taking, delay of game penalties just because they can't communicate and taking way too much time at the line. So I really hope being at home, especially in the winter too, has its advantages this year. We need it. I feel like we need to win out, and this is going to be one of our tougher games in the last 5 that we got to do. So, I'm not too dejected, but I'm trying to remain a little optimistic, I guess.
Right. Yeah. I think you see the Chiefs defense get back in the sacks and get Chiefs Kingdom. I mean, I'm not a Big Mac person, but haven't gotten that buy one get one Big Mac for sacks in the last couple of games here. And Mickey D's right.
Saving
they're saving. Yeah, McDonald's saving some money on that defensive line. So maybe that's how they're paying George Karlaftis. Maybe they're getting some chipped in money from McDonald's here.
What do you think the key to getting home this week is? Like sending 5 or just like hoping another guy steps up, sending 7 like you alluded?
Guys got to step up, man. Like George Karlaftis, he had 3 sacks against his team last year in the playoffs. I understand it's last year, but their line is not much better than it was last year. I want to say the Chiefs had 6 or 7 sacks in that playoff game. So, man, George Karlaftis, it was funny. You were talking about the way this team responds to criticism, the defensive line and whatnot. And Chris Jones, I don't know if you saw, I don't know if it was his Instagram story or whatever he put on there, but it was like a montage of people basically saying like, I don't listen to outside noise and I don't really give a shit what you think. I mean, like, but that means he's heard it, right?
They do. That means he does.
Right. It means he's heard it. Whether he cares or not, I don't know of how much truth there is to.
I don't think he takes it personal, but I think he cares in the sense like, fuck, I'm getting a lot of criticism this week. Shit, my name's coming up a lot.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So they've heard it, and it's got to be a motivating factor, whether they say they care or not. I mean, no one really likes no one takes it too well, right? When you get criticized and people are kind of talking shit on you, it's definitely a motivation,
I hate it when people around the office talk shit about me. I couldn't imagine on a national level.
Especially you work with family. So,
exactly.
It's definitely probably more shit talking going on there. But how do you think this offense does against the Texans defense Sunday, man?
I'm really curious to see what their first 15 is going to look like. We kind of we're talked about, I don't think standing in the pocket is going to be the game plan coming out. So whether they're going to go with bootlegs or designed movement for Mahomes, get him on the move, throwing on the run versus screen plays. I feel like that's kind of their two safe outlets when they want to see what the defense is going to throw at them. So I'm really interested to see what they do in their first 15. But then, like, I'm not worried about this defense. Like, all year I've heard about how good it is. I've seen the flashes of it. We shut out the Raiders. Like, we were putting up 30 points there for a good 3-4 week stretch. Like, I know what this offense is capable of. I just question if they can do it consistently through 4 quarters. If we can do that through 4 quarters, dude, I think I want to bust out some sliders again. I think it's still possible, even on this team with their prolific defense. I think we have it. I think our offense is that good, and we just need to get the little things down. I don't understand how it's week 13 and we're still getting like illegal motion penalties. Like, get the fuck out of here. Get set. Know the play. Let's go, guys.
Yeah. Maybe if Juwan Taylor's out, maybe you have a little bit of a drop off in performance, but maybe that's negated by the fact that you just can't bank on him getting at least a false start and an illegal formation penalty.
10-yard penalty
Definitely,
on first down. Oh, which one?
Yeah. Chiefs got to figure out a way to get the ball out early too, man. Get Patrick in a rhythm, and you've seen him do that and be successful in games. Quick drop backs, these little slants, these little hitches, these little short curl routes these guys do. Get the ball out quick, pick up, some of these plays, and then maybe just try to hit a deep ball or two, man.
I see more Thornton out there for that too, dude. I'm agreeing with everything you're saying. More deep balls. Get Thornton out there. He has the best completion percentage on deep balls, most yards on them, right?
I feel like unfortunately for Thornton, though, it's like that's all he can do.
That's fine.
It's like
we have the other gadget players.
People say they want to get more snaps for the guy, but I mean, how many snaps are you going to get if all you can do is get open downfield once or twice in a game, man? I mean,
however many wind sprints that guy's got in him, 60-yard wind sprints all fucking game, man.
Just run the straight line,
right?
Get paid
millions of dollars to do this. Like, let's see it. We have the gadget guys. We have Travis Kelce. We have Pacheco and Kareem. Like, what else? We have the deep ball guy now. Like, let X and Worthy do all the shit, and then Travis just feel that out. Like, to me, it doesn't seem like rocket science. I don't know.
Texans have one of the better run defenses in the NFL this year. Do you think you see the Chiefs lean on the running game? Can they have some success running the ball to maybe take some of the pressure off Patrick, maybe control the clock a little bit?
Again, I feel like that's going to be really heavily dependent on how well this O-line's meshing, how well they're like the 3 new guys are going to be able to do that. For some reason, though, this year we've been able to run it fairly decently, and especially in games when like the pass protection's dog shit. We've been able to run it fairly well. And then I think the guys kind of get behind Kareem a little bit. So, like, I could imagine, like, let's step it up. I'm more than certain these guys are well aware of their position in the season. They know their back's up against the wall. I think we're capable of running the ball. And so, like, I could see them. I mean, I said it, running Kareem until the wheels fall off. I said that a couple of weeks ago.
Isaiah Pacheco's back, right? I mean,
dude, give the 2 of them 40 runs. I don't know. Like, you got to do something to get that defense biting and like open up that deep ball for Patrick and Thornton and anybody else who can run down there. And Noah Gray. Well, anyway. Yeah.
I don't know if he'll be back or not, but
I just thought about that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, ultimately, the game, I think, is going to come down to Patrick Mahomes, which, hey, when you get the best quarterback in the league, it's not a bad game plan. But, yeah, man, I think, you're just looking at people are talking about how great the pass rush is on this defense. How many times have you seen, and we've talked about this on shows and going back before previous games, but where it's like, oh, man, this is the biggest mismatch ever. This defense this team has the worst deep ball defense in the NFL, and the team they're playing has the best deep ball passing in the NFL. They're just going to murder them with this, and then like it doesn't turn out like that, like it
completely.
I think there's a chance that maybe it's a little bit this pass rush and how destructive it's going to be for the Chiefs offense. I think there's a chance that maybe that's being a little bit overhyped and a little bit overblown. So we'll see, man. Guys got to step up. That's all. Make plays.
Completely.
Help out Wanya Morris on that left side, man. You know what I mean? Get a block and get a guy over there to chip with him. Give the guy some help. And like I said, get the ball out quick. And try to keep him off balance with some run pass, man. Like, I definitely don't want to see the run up the middle on first down every fucking time again, like we've seen for the last 5 years with this team.
Unless Kareem's getting 8 or 10, right? Then run it all fucking day.
Pass it on first down and then run it on second down, man. Like, keep them off balance. I don't know, man.
Change it up a little bit.
Yeah, we've seen it here this last handful of weeks, man, where it's like run up the middle on first down and pass on second and third down. I mean, it used to be the old run, pass, punt, right? Now it's like the old run, pass, punt. But
triple P, RPQ.
Yep. Again, Texans.
You got a player to watch this game? Like, who do you think is going to have a breakout game on offense? Like, do you think somebody's going to step up and just be like, oh, that's what we've been missing all season?
Probably the guy that had 10 or 11 catches for 100-plus yards and a touchdown against them in the playoffs last year, Travis Kelce.
Nope.
I feel like a lot of people are forgetting about that performance that they got put on the Houston Texans last year.
He's been doing really
divisional
solid,
run.
Right?
Yeah,
real solid. Like, yeah, sure,
Well,
he set the bar for himself really high a few seasons ago. But again, when we're talking like tight end position, like just solid play, that guy is nailing every aspect of it.
He's been in the top 2 or 3 yards by a tight end this year. He's getting the touchdown numbers are coming up this year. So, he's the top 2 or 3 tight end in the NFL still, man. So,
do you feel
I'm going to go with him.
Away from going from him in that Cowboys game, or like the Cowboys just adapted and covered him a little bit better, and they had to go to guys like X.
I think it's just
more.
Rashee Rice is like the focal point of the offense, and so Travis had some nice plays. I mean, he obviously had the touchdown catch. He had a nice
touchdown catch.
He had a nice catch up the middle for a pretty good gain. Made some other nice plays, catches. He's got that little dream shake he talks about, the old Hakeem Olajuwon move.
I love it, dude. As soon as he
puts on people,
drops his hip one way, dude, and it gets defenders every time.
It gets them.
It's great.
So I'm going with Travis Kelce, a player to watch. Who are you going? Who are you picking?
I'm gonna go X, dude. I was
kind
of talking about like what. I'm curious to see the first 15 and kind of what strategy we go with, but I've kind of noticed a trend of us doing more jet sweeps and end around plays, and I think if we really utilize his speed, like he can be dangerous, man. As long as he runs downfield and not sideways, I think he's a real threat. I don't know how much of that is timidness from his injury. He's not the biggest guy, but I mean, like CBs and safeties aren't that big either, though. I mean, like, come on, man, let's get the downfield. I feel like he has the potential. I feel like the Chiefs are in kind of like desperation mode where they're going to use those quick outs, jet sweeps, quick pass to that receiver, and do like a little receiver screens. I think he'd be the guy for it, and look for him to have a big day.
There we go. You want to do prediction? Score predictions?
Let's do it.
You going, or you want me to go first?
Yeah, sure, man. I think this game's going to be a lot closer than where everybody hopes. I think it's going to be in the 20s. I don't think it's going to be an offensive slugfest. I think we're going to see 24-20. Man, I hope I'm wrong. I would love to bring out sliders, love to bring out that burger, but I don't want to jinx it. But man,
that's happening.
I'm a little dejected right now. A little bit more of a realist.
I think the Chiefs defense gets after the Houston Texans, and I think they pressure CJ Stroud, and I think it's going to be cold out, and it's going to be loud, and Stroud's missed some time here with the injury.
What is the temperature supposed to be? Do you know?
I think I haven't looked at the kickoff, but the low for Sunday is like 22. So you got to think it's 7:30 at night. It's going to be mid to low 20s at that point.
Balmy 22 degrees out. Gotcha.
Right. I was wishing I would have looked at the weather before I decided to go to. No, I'm just kidding. I think Nick and I are going to be out there at the game. If you're going out to the game, you need to be loud this week, man. Like, there's been a few games where I've gone to this year. I don't want to be that guy, right? But Arrowhead, man, like, there's a lot of people that need to make some noise at the games.
Be that guy. Stand up the whole time.
Right. I was jealous.
A complaint on you for standing up the whole game.
Right. Yeah, I was jealous, man, when we were when I was watching the Colts game and hearing how loud it was, because there's definitely been a couple games I went to this year where the crowd was not that loud, and that could have been because it was opponent or situation or whatever. But man, Arrowhead needs to be loud, needs to be rocking. I think the Chiefs defense I think there's a little bit of a like pride issue going on after that last game, man. And I think you're going to see some guys. I think you heard it in Trent McDuffie's tone. I think there was some like embarrassment and some pissed off energy after the way they performed and played against the Cowboys. I think they take it out on a Texans offense that can be had. I think the Chiefs score, find a way. Patrick Mahomes and the boys find just enough to get up over that 20-point mark. So I'm going to go 21-13, 8-point win.
Okay.
Man.
Wow. Not too high flying offensive game, but all right.
No, I don't think you see the Chiefs get to 30 or anything in this game, but I also don't think the Houston Texans
31-28.
Man, 31-28. I hope we better not give up 28 points to this offense, man. That's going to be.
At this point, I'd take it. A win's a win at this point.
I'll listen. Like, if you could guarantee that, I'm just saying, like the 28-point man. Like, this defense better not be giving up 28 points to this offense the way they played this year. So, I don't know any other score predictions rolling up in there. I know our Denver fan in here is going to be predicting like 35-3 Texans, right?
He actually seems pretty level-headed.
I know.
For a Broncos fan.
No, he's super cool.
He's in there. I think he said at one point he thinks the Chiefs will make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Appreciate you stopping by, Mile.
Yeah, no, I think the Chiefs are going to make the playoffs still. Win this game at home, and then you got to win 4 with the 2 toughest games being at home. You can do that. Chargers can be beaten. Broncos can be beaten at home, and then the Texans or the Titans and the Raiders on the road. That's very, very doable, man.
Arrowhead West, that is very doable, pretty much perennially.
Yeah, definitely out there in Vegas. So, I don't
know.
know.
Next 5. What do you think we're going in the next 5? I feel like our toughest games is this next one, and then the Broncos game. But I'm feeling a solid 4. I just don't know that this team wins out. We have to win out, but I just convince me otherwise, man. Can this team win out?
Listen, like every time we put out on the Chiefs Kingdom Live X account, if you're not following us there, make sure you check us out at Chiefs Kingdom Live. Every time I've doubted this team in the past, they've proved me wrong. Not that I've doubted them a lot, but going back and anytime there's been a game where I was frustrated or it was looking bad, and so this game's over, right? Or they're not coming back to this, they come back. And anytime, I say, this team, they're not. This isn't a Super Bowl year this year after they lost to the Raiders on Christmas Day. They go to the Super Bowl and they go on the road right that year and beat the 2 and the 1 seed and the Ravens and the Bills on the road and then knocked off the 49ers. I'm not predicting that they're going to go to the Super Bowl right now. There's still a lot of time left here and with the playoffs being in there, but I'm never going to say they can't do something. As long as Patrick Mahomes, as long as 15 is on the team and Travis Kelce's looking the way he has. And so, yeah, man, I think they go 5-0. They got to go 5-0. I know we've been predicting them to go 3-0 in that stretch where they played the Bills and the Broncos and the Colts, and they went 1-2, and they've lost 3 of the last 4. But the backs are really against the wall this time, and it's a must win. And when we saw this against the Colts a couple of weeks ago, right, Chiefs were able to find a way and get it done at home. So, listen, man, the 3 toughest games are at home. I think they find ways to win those, and then they beat up on the Rummies on the road. So, I'm going to go 5-0, man. I'm buying. I'm going to believe, man.
I'll buy because, yeah. What am I thinking? I'm
going to believe in 15, man.
Creep in.
Listen, man, there's reasons to be doubtful, and there's reasons to not be optimistic. And will I be like wake up? What is it? We just watched Christmas Vacation over the weekend. I'm not going to be head sewn to the carpet surprised, but I won't be surprised if they win all 5 either. So I'm going to have faith in the boys, man. The team that's done it and been able to show that whenever they had to have it done, had to do something the last 6 or 7 or 8 years, they've done it. So
just get to the dance, fellas. You can do it.
Right.
Just get to the dance.
Right. Because I don't care what Broncos fans or Patriots fans or any of these other fans in the NFL say. You don't want to win your division and get a home game and then look up and see Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid
You're facing
rolling
Patrick
into your
Mahomes and the
stadium in the
Chiefs
fucking playoffs, man.
right? You're just like, God.
You don't want to see that. That is not the draw you want, man. Especially, like I said, if you're one of these teams that hasn't been in the playoffs in a few years or hasn't had a home playoff game in a while, you win that division, and then you're looking at the seeding after week 18, and it's like, oh, we get to play Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and Andy Reid and Chris Jones round 1. That's not the draw that anybody wants.
We did it. We got the 1 seed. Who do we play?
Yeah, the 7 seed.
Really?
Right. Oh man, we get the 7 seed. Oh yeah, the 7 seed that
worst
has been to 5. That has been 5 of the last 6 Super Bowls, and
would this be the worst
that's
wild card draw in like playoff history, or since the expansion?
That's got to be one of the worst.
Right, you're playing. Oof.
Maybe if you drew, I don't know. The Patriots never had a competent team in their division other than themselves in their runs, so I don't think they ever really had to play the road playoff games. But Laney's believing, no surprise there. Chiefs 5-0 in the last 5. And it all starts Sunday at Arrowhead, Sunday Night Football prime time. If you're going to be at the game,
let's go.
I'll look for you. Got to make noise. Got to make noise when they're in the huddle. Got to be beating those seats. Got to be screaming. Got to be stomping, man. Got to be doing it all. Team needs it, man. They're going to need every advantage that they can get, and being at Arrowhead is probably going to be the biggest advantage outside of Patrick Mahomes that they're going to have in this one.
They really are like a 12th man. It's you can affect the game. Get louder, guys. Get louder, Chiefs.
We need it. We need it. We definitely need it. So we'll have Nick edit that part out here after the live goes off. But really appreciate everybody joining us, watching here at home. Big game Sunday night. Chiefs, Texans, playoffs in doubt, on the line. I believe the team and the boys are going to get it done. We'll be back next Wednesday. We should have Nick back at that point. Until then, let's go Chiefs.
Let's go Chiefs.